All right, everybody, we are good, and we are live. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to another fantastic episode of Arctis. We were very busy last episode doing some War Council planning. Some things are shifting underneath the soil of Maginox. The Magmaarans have gained a couple of allies. Ones that are both familiar and unfamiliar to the party. The mysterious frost elves from Aesir, once thought dead, now seem to have allied themselves with the Magmaarans, allies of convenience. In addition, the Hamaki had once escaped these sloth-serving drow that serve the Spider Queen. And now they seem to want to take the opportunity to get these rebels back. Let's do a quick recap, and then we'll get started. Previously on Arctis, you all had left Narcissa's mirror prison with an interesting new perspective on the Lich's capture. Narcissa was not truly a Lich, which, Rain, may not actually exist, but a creature known as a Baelnorn, elven undead, bound by duty and ritual, serve their... With the news that an army was plotting underneath Maginox, you had summoned your war council and to put your plans in. You had a quick trip to the Cathedral of Eternal Night, which ended up being quite eventful. Your Duskchild priestess, Roxy, had found and excavated the still rotting bones of her dead sister, Poxy, and she was intent on using Azrael's blessing to turn her to life. She tried to defy her promise to you, and, to keep Azrael's capacity to resurrect the dead under wraps. She had tried to perform the ritual of recently killed rabbit. Questionable success. As she believed if she could prove that the dead could easily come back to life, the armies of Maginox would have nothing to fear. She did not come. Now you all summoned Azrael. Azrael chided Roxy for her act. Azrael said that sometimes the dead did not want to return, and it was vital to Arctis's well-being that the soul returned to him for rest. As you all agreed, Roxy should be put through some reborn sensitivity training with HR, and the sermons at the church would be temporarily taken over by, I think this is correct, Kozlo via Spider Chan. Roxy's remains are still in the church's sarcophagus for now. And if Roxy completes her training, she might get a short opportunity to speak with her departed sister as a reward. With that promise, Azrael gifted Kozlo with the ability to speak with the dead. With that done, you return to House Lunesti for your war council. This was filled with important figureheads that you have met throughout your travels. The seismomancer Annalie, Arlindra, brought a report about the 3 major tunnels that led from Vakaris to the surface that were big enough to hold armies, and not just single-file lines of people or kobolds. Your plan was to collapse the 2 tunnels using seismomancy and force the Magmaaran army to exit at a very specific point. And while the Illumi's involvement was still somewhat of a mystery, you could at least stop the slow from reaching Maginox proper. As the War Council began to wrap up, you finally broached the topic of freeing Narcissa from her mirror prison. How will the ones who originally bound her take this news? Will they agree? Continue. Now, real quick, let's just go over the current war plans. For right now, we have 3 separate areas where the Magmaarans were going to leave from Vicaris, go up to Maginox. And for now, just for a frame of reference, I'm going to mark them on the world map. The first one was underneath the Church of Eternal Night. And this was where the Hamaki had come through, as they were fleeing from the Lothian Drow. This point, right outside of Maginox, at the church. Little circle here. The second one was outside the Somniari encampment. The Somniari are the Dream Elves, Alara's people, and are much further west of the city. There is a gorge about here, where the Magmaarans could potentially come up. The last one, possibly one of the most concerning, was near an orc encampment to the north, around here. It was a concern if the Magmaarans attempted to ally themselves with the orcs, or to potentially utilize them as frontline warriors. And so, one of your plans was to bomb this specific tunnel, make it completely unusable, magicless Magmaarans. Rain, what would you like to add to the battle plan?
Like that we didn't talk about?
Really anything. If you want to go over the current plans once more, or if you want to discuss anything new, now would be the time. But you're about ready to broach the topic of freeing Narcissa from the mirror. So I just wanted to give you an opportunity to wrap things up with the war plans, if you're moving on to a different...
Gotcha. I guess, yeah, so we're using Grabella's koboldy friends equipped with bombs from Kozlo to... And I just want to draw everybody's attention to the battle map mirror board that I have made. Mostly because this little kobold, to denote the kobold contingent, is fucking adorable. Just top tier adorable with his little map and his little mining supplies in his backpack. That's it. Just want to make sure that's highlighted. That's easily like a +1 success rate for kobolds. With the cute. Yeah. Grabella's kobolds equipped with Kozlo's bombs. Up here to seal up that tunnel in the north.
Oh, he's more high res now. Good.
Yeah, I high resed all of them, so we can enjoy the adorableness. I believe we agreed with the Fae that they were going to come over here and support the Somniari in case anybody actually comes out of that tunnel with the Magmaarans to the west over here. So we got a little ferry over here. Christina's doing some nonsense.
I'm pointing? He's pointing?
We're going to station the brass army here as well with the western tunnel, which is the one we're going to primarily leave open. So I think that's where we want to station the brass army as like the main battlefront. The Rat King and his rat kin Franz volunteered to go use their tunnels underneath the Church of Night in case the Lothian Drow or anybody tries to use that tunnel, but that tunnel is technically already sealed by the church, having been rebuilt and sealing it. But they're going to man that tunnel to to make it a bad time for Spider Boys. We got our Umbrallan friends, the little ghosty bros. They're going to primarily focus on protecting Tapio in case the Illumi go through the ethereal plane. So they're gonna cover the ethereal front for the tree. And then I think we keep our main Vaki and guards and everybody in Maginox proper to support either the Ratkin or the Brass Army as necessary. So question is where do we want the airship?
Good question.
Does anybody have any ideas? That's a shockingly good kobold, actually, that you just made in Bureau. I'm impressed.
He's holding a bomb because that's his job.
Yeah.
Quick question: is his arm disproportionately longer to his body?
No, he's just holding it out at length. See, the other one is kind of pulled up against his body, and he's just pointing at it. The other one is extended.
Bro, do you even perspective?
Nope.
Okay. Fair enough. Can move the icons around, guys. I see all of you just fucking around.
Okay, well, is there an icon for us?
No, there's not.
Can we get an Audacity icon?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, for just the airship? Okay. I do like the fairy contingent.
Look, I got this. Where do you guys want to put the Audacity? Somebody make some proposals here. Looking at you fucking artificers.
And this will basically...
Or Admiral C-Swab.
This will basically tell you guys where you want to be when all of this is going down.
Point of argument, I don't know what good an airship is when we're dealing with tunnels.
Also fair.
So, we have the one hole that is a smaller one and the one hole that is a bigger one that we're expecting the majority of them to come through. I feel like our giant gunship should be near where we're expecting the larger force to come out.
That's the far western one, this one right here.
But that's where we're setting up the Brass Army, right?
Yep.
And we wouldn't want to overload resources too.
Yeah, I guess if we have the Brass Army there, then maybe...
These two are in theory sealed. I just X'd them. But we don't know if the one at the church, which is where the rats currently are, we don't technically know if the rats are going to be enough to contain whatever they might be sending up through there. And we also don't know if the drow are going to bring something capable of unsealing it, busting out from the Church of Night. So that was my thinking about having the elves stay back in Maginox to support as necessary. Whether they need to support the rats or they need to support the Umbrallans at Tapio. So just keep people there in reserve. So it's kind of where we can put the Audacity, I think, wherever. But to C-Swap's point, it's probably best where we think people might actually come to the surface from. Otherwise, it's not going to do a whole lot in a tunnel.
The Audacity would most likely have the most versatility, but patrolling over Maginox.
Maybe something like a patrol route like this. So it's kind of near Maginox, but can also support the the brass army as necessary. Like just have it do patrol rounds like that.
Yeah.
I can get down with that.
Yeah, where it can reinforce either.
The broadside cannons have a pretty good range to them. And the Bowbreaker will just point it in the direction you want obliterated.
And hope they don't save. Like, we need... hopefully the Magmaarans have a gigantic kaiju that has just absolute dog shit dexterity. That's what we really want, right? Like, just dog shit dexterity kaiju.
What do you mean they've made an alliance with highly agile serpent creature?
No!
My dex saves.
Okay, so if everybody's good with this, I think this is a pretty solid plan. In terms of where we are, I feel like maybe we're... Well, we can be on the Audacity instantly from anywhere. I can teleport us there. Or we could just putz around on the Audacity while it's patrolling anyway, because we can also be instantly back in Maginox from anywhere.
All right, party.
Sounds smart to me.
Yeah, does anybody have any concerns or questions for current battle plan? For now, it looks like you... will you all be on the Audacity as it is patrolling during all of this? Or do you plan on being with one of the armies? And also, in regards to the Brass Army, who is going to control it?
Sounds like a job for one of Azrael's chosen to me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, so I can go with the group that's going to cover the ethereal plane because I can plane shift if needed. So like I can cover with those guys, and then I don't know if we want to do like a divide and conquer thing where like.
Now, there are 5 specific points. Now, each of you could take on one of them. It's a challenge. Like one person leading the Brass Army, one person helping with the Fae, one person helping with the Ethereals, one person helping with Kobolds, and so on and so forth. Or you can all choose to be in one place. Hope that the resolution in the others goes fine. So I kind of need to know where you guys want to be during all of this.
How can I pull up my character sheet? I just want to double check something.
Oh!
Double click your character? Oh, no, you can't anymore on that.
On the right side of the screen under actors, like a little head tab, you should see a folder called Ascended Player.
Okay, cool. I just want to double check that my plane shift works the way I think it does.
Wait, you have Plane Shift and you've been making me cast Plane Shift this whole fucking time?
Sorry, I have etherealness. Ethereal.
Oh, okay,
etherealness.
yeah, more appropriately accurate there for this specific use. Okay.
So I have etherealness, so like I could cover the ethereal plane if we think they may go that way, and I can go with the the Vaki that are covering that?
No, it's the Umbralans.
The Umbralans, sorry.
Yeah.
I can go with the Umbralans to cover that, and if we're going to do a divide and conquer thing.
If you guys want to do a divide and conquer thing, I think that's a question on the table. Like I'm open to that.
For point of argument, what's like the travel time between tunnel points?
Depends on your mode of travel.
Assuming the Audacity could like come to us, pick us up, and then bring us to where it needed to be.
Let's see. I would say it's about an hour by air in either direction. A little bit longer for
So, like,
the one to the
basically,
north.
a worst case scenario would be like 2 hours, like an hour to come forward to grab one of us, and then an hour to get to the destination we wanted to go.
By Audacity, yes. It would be probably an hour and a half to get to that north, just because of the mountain where Grabella's lake. Because you would have to go round.
On the Audacity, we'd have to go around?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then maybe we can do like... We could do like a 2-2-1 with like whoever can get here the fastest, maybe being the one. So like in the event, you know what I mean? Just like try to cover our bases. I don't know.
What do you mean? What are you suggesting to? Which ones are you suggesting to have 2 people versus 1 person at?
Also, just one thing I want you guys to keep in mind is that these events, more or less, minus maybe the bombing, are going to happen like quasi-simultaneously, and the success chance, aka like what is rolled to be considered a success, is going to depend on who or what is there and leading. So, if you all decide to pool your resources at one place, you would probably have a pretty high success chance there because of like your assorted rolls. But if you leave, say, the kobolds to their own devices, it may not have as high of a success chance.
I should probably go with my kobolds.
I was gonna say either you or Kozlo, since it would be specifically with explosives.
I was gonna say if we go Kozlo, Grabella, north, because being that it's the furthest to get to, in the event that that's where it is, they could stall for the most time till we got there, right? So like you want something sturdier there, whereas if it's something further south, like if it's like we have to wait for Kozlo and Grabella, but like the 2 southern points are closer together, so it'd be a little bit easier to get there, I guess. Maybe
Okay,
I'm overvaluing the traveling of it. I don't know, but
so in theory, so I think if we did like a 2-2-1 split, I think Rain should be in one of the 2s, because if shit hit the fan in one place in particular, Rain can technically have those 2 additional people wherever shit's hitting the fan instantly.
you could even do like you. So it'd be Grabella, Kozlo north, Rain and Wang Doodle, with say the rats, and then it could be like me with like Audacity air support with the brass army.
Yeah, and also keep in mind, whatever troop you send may be either strong against or weak against the troop they're trying to face. So, for example, the brass army is probably going to be stronger against Magmaarans. So think about who you're placing where, and think about your opponents and how they work. I'm not going to give away every secret, I'll just use the brass army as an example. But some armies will have advantages over your opponents, while some will have disadvantages.
I will say that I like Wang Doodle being with the brass army. Because
Yeah,
Wang Doodle's also, at this point, immune to the wild magic effects of the slow as well as the brass army. But, like, if you got other opinions, Wang Doodle, speak up. But, like, I like that a lot.
Also, if you go Wang Doodle solo with like Audacity air support, because he can control, or he could like have Morris shooting cannons or something.
I'm actually most okay, to be honest. I'm most okay having the Audacity under command of the NPCs. We have some really strong NPCs already in charge of the Audacity, and just let it support. Like, I feel most good about leaving that one unsupported.
Okay.
Agreed.
Like, I think the 3 points I would want manned is like supporting the Kobold bombing run, leading the Brass Army, and just back in Maginox to support either the Ratkin or the Umbrallans as necessary. Like,
Well, then why don't we go... Okay, so then why don't we go Kozlo, Grabella with the Kobolds, Wangdoodle with the Brass Army. We can go you with the Ratkin and then me with the Umbrallans.
I don't think anybody can actually go with the Ratkin. I think it is a support the Ratkin is necessary, because the only way into those tunnels is through rat tunnels, as far as
Sure.
we're
Well,
aware.
then what if we put you there, because like Maginox is sort of like your city. So you want
I think it's basically you and me in Maginox, and we go to wherever action happens in Maginox, I think is what it ends up being, because all three of those locations are inside Maginox.
Okay, sure. So then yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, and then it's just you and me. We go to either the tree or to the Ratkin or whatever, depending on what happens. Because we're right there, and we can be in either one of those places.
Sure, yeah, I like that.
Because the tree is literally in House Lunesti, and the Ratkin are fighting basically right below the Church of Night. So all of those things are right there.
Sure, yeah, I like that.
And then let Wangdoodle, Thousand Suns. Yep, can't see a better resolution there. I do
prefer
want
you to
prep
call me
time though.
Brass Doodle for this operation.
Brass doodle burp, beep. Okay,
Like,
so
Rain has some nonsense she wants to give to Wangdoodle, so but we have some of that separately.
oh, there's
before
literally
we
a text
split up.
option.
There is, but like,
That's not the color I want. It's not the color.
black is not a creative color.
Fucking
God, not that.
terrible color. Okay, so we're gonna put C-Swab with the Umbrallans.
I feel like we just have icons. While you write that, I'm going to look for icons.
And then we will have Rain. Rats. Wangdoodle.
No, Rain and Seaswab are just in Maginox together.
Okay, so if something happens with the rats and something happens with the Umbrellans at the same time,
Then we'll split.
then you'll split. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we have Grabella and Kozlo with the Kobolds.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys both want to be there? Like, do you feel like it's worth you both being there?
I am fine solo dolo, but Corbella's experience with bombs is taking the impact of them sometimes.
Yeah, but you don't take the fire damage as bad, so it's fine.
It's not the fire that you got to worry about in this case.
Does seem smart to have the bomb guy where we're doing bomb stuff.
And I'm okay with both of you guys being up there, because also the kobolds are the least combat effective, I think, of all of our folks. So having Grabella...
Also, yeah, the kobolds will they get kobold ralliness around you, Grabella.
Oh yeah, there you go. +1 competency to their competency checks.
Plus
Mommy
one
power.
morale. Yeah.
Also, Gravella, as he's probably like, Gravella, also, the most important thing to remember, if you see the bomb guy running, try to keep up.
Yeah, okay.
If the bomb guy is running, that's probably bad.
Okay, so if anything happens with the Somniari village, then the Fae are on their own. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Temps look fine. Worried about overheating? Have to date everything up. All right, let's hope and pray. Hope and pray. Or
Fucking Morris, why can't he keep the fucking temperatures down?
he can't do anything right.
Get it together, Morris!
All right, we are back after an unexpected crash. Sorry, everybody, for interrupting the flow. But before we finalize our war plans, let's, real quick, kind of go back over what we were talking about. We have, to the north, the Kobold bomb run. They're going to go and make sure that all of those tunnels are sufficiently closed. And they are going to be backed up by Rebella Oslo. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
Right. So when this all happens, each of you are going to receive your own mini scene, so to speak. So wherever you decide to end up will be very different from what everybody else experiences. But the more you back up your contingent, the higher the chance of success. Putting somebody at these key and crucial points is a wise course of action. Now, Seaswab and Rain are both going to take on Maginox. Seaswab, with the ability to travel to the ethereal easily, will assist with the Umbrellans, while Rain, if things are happening simultaneously, will assist the Ratkin around the Church of Eternal Night. Otherwise, I will consider you both at Maginox in case one thing happens before the other. Is that correct?
Sounds good.
Okay. And the Brass Army does need a leader. And you have decided to send Wangdoodle out with the ability now to be immune against the slow. Wangdoodle, you will lead up the Brass Army near the chasm, near the Somniari encampment. Is that correct?
Yes. Because there's no way this could possibly go wrong.
This is my favorite one.
Do you want extra support out there, Wangdoodle?
No. That's
Okay.
more potential threats for whatever's going to happen with wild magic if I need to.
Oh, you're excited because you're gonna set off all the wild magic bombs.
That I'm completely immune to.
Well,
The childlike glee elicited in Wangdoodle makes me excellent.
It's never a question of if we should. It's always a question of if we can.
wait a minute. I get to have unsupervised war crime time? Amazing.
For me? You shouldn't
I've been
have.
told to defend the city at all costs. You say at all costs.
All right.
Wangdoodle gets a little war crime as a treat.
If the party is in agreement, I will consider these plans to be final. Can I get a yeah?
We still get to have prep time, right? Like
Once you're
burning
within
a bunch of
your
weeks.
there will be prep time. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You can tell me what
okay.
you are going to do within your designated areas. But if, like, say, you and Seaswab are kind of going to be floating in Maginox, it might be a little bit more difficult to have prep. So, you have about 3 weeks.
Rain wants to support Wangdoodle with some landmines over the course of the couple of weeks, so.
Okay. Let's discuss the, what you are going to do in the next 3 weeks. I'm assuming for Kozlo in the bomb contingent. Kozlo, you have, 12, I believe I looked at Kozlo's den, kegs of gunpowder in Kozlo's den.
Yes.
uh,
That's where I keep them.
in percentages, how much of that quantity do you want to utilize for this purpose?
I would use all of it. Like it's just gunpowder. It's not like it's obscenely valuable, impossible to get a hold of thing.
Okay. Now, in Arctis, it's actually a little bit harder to get a hold of. You have also experienced this because when you had owed someone a debt, they were trying to smuggle in a bunch of gunpowder from Xavia. Gunpowder is not super commonly used in Arctis because Arctis is considered kind of a high magic area, and gunpowder is unstable, hard to like, keep safe in large quantities, and it's just like a little bit more rare in general. People in Arctis tend to use like Borean shards as a source of power, and so it's just considered like a lower form of explosive, but still potent. But with all that said and done, 100% of all of your gunpowder will be used for this. So let's talk a little bit more about the prep. You will have 3 weeks in order to plan. Let's start with Rain, and I'm gonna take some notes here. What are you going to do in these 3 weeks, leading up to when you believe the Magmaarans will finally breach the surface?
Great question. Rain is going to send her simulacrum to Azrael, to the plane of fire, to study a particularly fast-moving lava flow, magma flow, because it's the plane of fire, I guess. There's no air, right? Yeah, it's fine.
There's a lot of magma. There is air there.
Yeah, well, looking for a particularly quick-moving, magma flow in the plane of fire. So she has that precise location in the plane of fire memorized. And then she's going to polymorph her into a rat and be stationed inside the actual rat tunnels as the last failsafe when the rats all have to bug out if they get overwhelmed, to cast Gate to that precise location in the plane of fire.
Okay. Have a Gate. Okay. You port the rats, okay, to the plane.
No, not
What?
to port the rats.
Oh?
The rats are going to scurry out to summon a gate in the middle of a magma flow that is going to have magma flow through it from the plane of fire into the tunnels.
Oh!
Yeah, no, like more diabolical. Like I need you to pump those diabolical numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Okay, to pour magma through the tunnel. Okay,
And
we're amping
it's
up the
okay if
Warcraft,
the
okay?
simulacrum doesn't make it out, and likely she will not. But that's okay.
My 5,000 gold!
Willing to make.
Yeah, that's like the fail-safe for the rats if they get overwhelmed, is to do that.
Okay.
And then putting glyphs of warding inside the tunnel with Wangdoodle, specifically keyed to trigger if a slowed device passes them, not just like a proximity, like actually key it to if a slow device passes them, they will go off.
How many glyphs of warding will you use in that 3 weeks time?
If I get a full 3 weeks, Rain could do one really nasty one per day, but I will say she will not be there every single day. Let's give, I don't know, like 2 weeks worth seem good to you, Wangdoodle? 14?
Yeah, we can work
14
that.
glyphs of warding that, I don't know, do you want, like, what flavors do you want? Do you want Darkstar? They can all be flavored with Darkstar if you want, because Rain will be casting them with her 9th level. So she can cast an 8th level spell into them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'll work. That'll work fine.
Great. So we'll do 14 of those. Would you like fries with that?
Rain, you can store a prepared spell of level 3 or lower in the glyph.
She will be casting it at 8th level, though.
Oh.
Because she'll be using her wish to replicate Glyph of Warding at 8th level.
Oh.
So they will be able to store up to an 8th level spell. Or many dice of damage, of just normal elemental damage, but I feel like that's not as much fun as a bunch of black holes.
So how many of... I just need to know. How many of these glyphs are going to be cast at 8th level? All of them?
Yeah, she'll just do the one per day. She'll just cast her wish. So 9th level spell slot, casting it at 8th level, Glyph of Warding.
And what will they
that
do
will
when
burn
they...
her.
What would they do when they trigger?
When a slow device comes within proximity, they will cast Darkstar.
Okay.
That will be 2 weeks of her burning her 9th and 8th level spell slot.
Okay, so for 2 out of the 3 weeks, you're going to be in these tunnels casting Glyphs of Warding.
Does that sound good to you, Wang Doodle? Do you like this?
Is
that too much? Is that too little?
Story. I was just looking through my spell book. I also have Glyph of Warding. Granted, you have much higher spells, but I also seem to have a spell in my book called Transmute Rock, which I feel would be very useful. If people are not familiar with what this spell does, I'll put that in the chat there.
Transmute rock to mud. Transmute mud to rock.
Oh yeah, I think Rain also has this spell, but I've never used it.
Oh.
I figure if I could put a couple 5th level Glyphs of Warding down in the pathways to store Transmute Rock to convert part of the tunnels to effectively quicksand.
That would fuck them up with transporting shit. Like big, heavy, slow shit, yeah. That
Wang
seems
Doodle,
good.
do you want to put these near the Dark Star glyphs? Or do you want to put them in other places?
We'll start like further down in front of the Dark Star glyphs. We're gonna go full Looney Tunes on this one. If they can survive the absolute misery of going through the quicksand tunnel, then they have to deal with the Dark Stars.
Given the 3-week time frame, how many glyphs of warding with looks at this transmute rock do you want to utilize? Just keep in mind the amount of spell slots you have and the amount of days you have.
It's worth noting, just for your edification here, Wang Doodle, Rain is casting hers through her 9th level slot as a wish, so it doesn't have component cost, but Glyph of Warding does have a component cost to it.
Oh,
otherwise.
It does?
It's like a couple hundred gold, I think, per cast. I just don't want you to bankrupt yourself accidentally.
Powdered diamond. Charge it against the university. It'll be fine.
That's coming out of the city's tax dollars.
Well, I guess you're not getting a football stadium this season.
Okay, so each cast of this Wang Doodle will cost you 200 gold.
Yeah, we may have to hold off on that idea. I'm pretty certain I don't have that kind of salary.
I have a question for you, Wang Doodle. Do you have access to a spell called Magic Aura or Nystul's Magic Aura?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it in my list.
That'd be weird if Artificers didn't get it, but not really that weird, I guess, because D&D is weird these days.
I don't know, I've got some money for this. I got some money. Let's see. Let's
Is second level illusions.
It is.
It looks like it's only available to wizards.
Really? Oh, this says cleric as well, but specifically.
Oh,
arcane
I'm looking at
domain.
2014. 1 second.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this one says legacy. Oh no, this one says wizard and cleric arcana domain too, but okay. So that also you can use if we want to do lots of glyph of warding. You can actually conceal the glyphs of warding, so they don't register as magic. Which, if you really want to fuck somebody in particular, I sort of figured that would just be a gimme for artificers, but oh well. Anyway, carry on.
Unfortunately, not.
So for the bankroll, 200 gold per glyph.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna check my bag. Bank account says I can cover at least 6 of those. So let's make 6.
6 glyphs of warding. That is 1,200 gold.
Yes.
With
Remember to fill out your expense report later.
with transmute rock attached to it, and that will be rock to mud.
Yes.
Rock to mud. Okay.
Let's turn them into goop.
Just goop. All right, Wangdoodles, subtract 1,200 gold from your inventory, please.
You got it.
I'll tell you what. Subtract 1,200 gold from. I'll subtract 1,200 gold from my inventory. You keep it.
No. I can pay for this. I'm good for this.
All right. I don't want to hear that I don't pay you anymore.
These poor armies. For Sea Swab. Oh, sorry, Wangdoodle. Go ahead.
No, just like these poor armies. What? They signed up for this, I assume.
I think, hopefully.
They signed up for this at gunpoint.
Sea Swab, you are charged with protecting the ethereal plane. In the 3 weeks, is there any special prep that you want to do leading up to that? Mr. Swab.
Yeah, can you not hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
There's not much I can do in terms of like prep. A lot of my stuff is sort of limited by time with what I can do. I don't think I really have.
And that's fine too if you have no prep.
Yeah, I don't. Like Chompy only lasts an hour, so I can't really do anything with him. And then outside of that, I don't really have anything.
Okay. If you think of anything that you would like to let me know. Now, considering
I like to see if that peacock has anything going on in case before I go to war. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That counts as prep. We count that.
We count that. This is going to be a monetary cost to it.
Stina, I may not come back. Sea Swab is a sailor. He needs the touch of a peacock before he goes off to possibly die in the tunnels.
Now, if anything, so you know that the entrance to World Tree Tapio is in the basement of House Lunesti. Will you be in the ethereal plane with Tapio, or will you be in the ethereal plane of House Lunesti?
That's a good question. For both of those, like.
And there might be downsides to both of this, because if you're with Tapio and something comes in to House Lunesti in the ethereal plane, you will not be aware. and vice versa.
I was thinking that I just stay in the ethereal plane with House Lunesti, but I think I'm gonna say I'm gonna stay in the ethereal plane with House Lunesti
Okay.
as a because I can't be in two places at once. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna roll the dice on that one.
Okay. House Lunesti it is. Kozlo, do you plan on using the dirty bomb? The slow bomb that you have?
Only as a last resort. I definitely would not want to set that off anywhere near Maginox. So I think that would be something that Kozlo would just keep in his pocket as a, oh shit, we're about to lose big. If we can't have it, neither can they, sort of situation.
Okay. Aside from the gunpowder, are there any other bomb devices you want to build in the 3 weeks leading up?
So I think Kozlo would definitely spend a bunch of time, like he would have the kobolds showing him around the caverns, finding spots to put like traps, like tripwire bombs and stuff that would go off. Probably spend at least some of that time trying to teach the kobolds how to not blow themselves up too. It mostly boils down to, this is going to explode, don't be near it.
Good. That is a very good lesson to teach a kobold. Combat.
But yeah, I think trying to set traps maybe a little bit of ahead of where we expect the bulk of the fighting to be, thin out their numbers before they get to where we're actually fighting them. Although I guess our plan here is more just make it so they can't even get here. So yeah, that would be the gist of it. I guess we work on sealing up any tunnels that we can, and then preparing traps all along the rest of whatever pathways they might be able to follow.
Okay. As for the explosion, if you put most of the gunpowder together, you could make one big explosion, but if the army isn't all coalesced into one group, you might miss some. Or you can kind of spread it out through the tunnels with a series of smaller explosions, and potentially bring down most of the tunnel work with the chance that they might be able to dig out of it because the explosions were large. You want to kind of consolidate everything into like one big area of explosion, or do you kind of want to spread it out through the tunnels? Because you are working with a limited supply. Also, if you do decide to make additional bombs with Borean shards, you can use the Borean shards you have in order to create elemental bombs if you wish.
I think I've used all of my Borean shards at this point. I think we definitely spread things out more than combining literally everything. Because one big explosion might collapse a large passage or something, but I'm assuming there isn't like a billion large passages that they go through. Like, this is a cave system, so there's going to be smaller areas that they need to go through. We can rig those to explode if someone goes through it and trips the tripwire.
Okay.
And it'll be about trapping them in little pockets and then blowing up the little pockets that they're in.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
Yeah, so like finding spots where it's like, okay, here's a larger chamber, but to get out of it, they have these two pathways that they can go through. So we rig a trap to close off the 2 pathways, and then a larger explosion in the middle of it to wipe them out.
Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Our demolitionist Coslow.
Tactics!
Grabella, your kobold contingent. How many kobolds, in percentage-wise, from your lair? Sorry, I was like, Grabella's cave. No, that's not what it's called. Grabella's lair. Do you want to utilize for this operation?
Probably most of it. I'd probably say like 75% of it, because we do need some to stay back and protect. Like, I'd probably leave Cause behind, for sure.
Leave Cause? Okay. Are you leaving the skeletons and HR and an example?
Yes.
Okay,
Aren't
so
they currently giving Roxy sensitivity training anyway?
They are.
They
They're
are,
busy. They're
yeah.
very, very busy.
Okay, so leave Cause and the undead. Do you send your little kobold vampire?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna be right next to Coslow constantly. That's
Bronx is going.
part of the obedience plan of everything happening.
Okay, so you'll leave Cause and the undead behind, send Bronx. What about your higher ranking kobolds? You have a junk master, a junk shaman. You have a couple dragon shields, and you have a couple elite kobolds that have wandered into your lair since you have gained more power as a dragon. Do you send those?
I feel like I'd want to leave 1 or 2 of the stronger ones behind, but I would bring everybody else. We'll say 2 of the stronger ones behind and then bring everybody else.
Okay, do you want to leave the 2 dragon shields?
Yeah.
Alright, everybody else is going. Alright, so you're going to send about 75% of your kobolds will leave behind Cause and the undead. You'll send Bronx, but you'll leave behind 2 of your stronger kobold dragon shields to guard. What kind of training are you going to give them for this little endeavor?
Oh, she's definitely going to spend the weeks giving them proper soldier training.
Oh, do you arm them?
Yes. Best we can.
What do you arm them with?
We can fabricate almost any basic mundane weapons you want.
Yeah, that's probably the route we would go.
I want kobold knights with halberds.
That is very easily done.
Considering that they're going to
Except
be
they
in
probably can't carry them.
caves, what kind of weapons are you going to give your kobold army? And I will arm your kobolds.
Cave halberds.
Nunchuck.
Nunchucks?
I would definitely lean towards, like, things that are smaller. Little swords, little daggers.
Short swords?
Can we train
So-
like a quarter of them with a katana and a quarter of them with nunchucks and a quarter of them with sais and a quarter of them with a bow staff?
Do you
Sure.
want them all to kill themselves? Is that what you're trying to aim for?
I think so.
I just want
Some of you may
teenage
die.
mutant ninja kobolds.
That's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yeah.
The one kobold that comes out gets like 14 levels out of it and becomes the most legendary kobold of all time.
Do you arm them with stave-sized katanas and nunchucks?
Sure. We'll go full meme on it.
Stave-sized
It's fine.
katanas.
Oh no.
Do you arm any with ranged weapons?
Yeah. I think some of them need slingshots. That just sounds like the most kobold weapon I could possibly imagine.
Okay. Alright, the rest of them will be armed with stave-sized katanas and nunchucks, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Kobold contingent, and slings, as you send them through the tunnels. God, we just need one of the ratkin to lead this party?
Yeah.
To make it truly canon?
Or maybe they made Grabella an outfit, so she's the fancy one.
Who's the most ratty of the rat kid?
Can Corbella carry Kozla around in the baby Bjorn like Krang?
Oh god.
That could also be.
Can we name the 2 elite kobolds that are staying back Bebop and Rocksteady?
You sure can. You can name them whatever you want. You're the queen of the kobolds.
Well, I'm not.
I mean, if you're Grabella's Krang, I mean, technically you'd just be the same entity. Call them whatever you want. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do?
And we've already established that the canon is we don't eat pizza, we eat mozzarella sticks.
Oh.
No.
Okay, so you give them some basic training. Do you give them
We run into battle yelling,
Kawasaki!
Excellent. All right, now they have a battle cry. You've given them
I'm now
all...
gravely worried for the safety of these kobolds. This was not a thing that I woke up this morning being concerned about.
They have...
You're too busy. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I do remember there was one thing that I wanted to check, which was if Dara, if we were gonna go get the ship with the other captain on it, because he had weapons on his ship. I don't know if we wanted to do that, but more weapons are always fun.
Sounds like prep. You should do it.
Yes.
What are you doing?
So, well, when I made Dara go on vacation, we were tracking down the water Ganassi captain, and his boat or his ship has they transport like weaponry and stuff. So I was like gonna like try and get some fucking sick ass weapons from him.
Apparently, he's got a bunch of size katanas, slingshots, and nunchucks.
I mean, is there a problem?
A bomb? You know what? There could be a bomb. Swap, roll a 1d20. On a 1920, he's got a bomb.
I genuinely thought you were saying bong this whole time.
He does not have a bomb. No bombs. No dynamite.
But does he? No, never mind.
There's a low
Focus,
chance he might have had something. You can also ask if he has other things.
I want to know what he had.
Depends on how good you roll. What do you think he has?
What
What do you think a weapon smuggler would have? Because typically, people in Maginox are going to have run-of-the-mill weapons. Those things aren't going to need to be smuggled in. So, like, long swords, short swords, daggers, stuff like that. Like, yeah, like, everybody's got that.
So my man, Delta Kanat, is not going to have regular old run-of-the-mill weapons, okay? He has sick-ass Feronian gold armor that he walks around on, okay? He's going to have cool shit. So he's gonna have a cannon, like an old school like Civil War type cannon. He's gonna have any sort of projectile using gunpowder.
Okay.
So a gun, a bigger gun, grenades.
A really big gun.
He's gonna have cool shit. There's not gonna be any run-of-the-mill stuff on this guy's boat.
Okay, let's do a series of rolls then.
Okay.
We're gonna consider the first roll to be the value of things that maybe he's down on his luck this time when you've called him in. Maybe he has stuff of low value. If you roll high value, these things are gonna be very expensive. Just in the cost. Roll me a 1d20. 20 being the better roll.
We'll say, my man, Captain Ganat over here is a ladies' man, and has gotten him into trouble a couple times. So it wouldn't be shocking me if he ended up poor from that.
Yeah.
Can you tell by the way he walks his walk?
Man,
No time to talk. All right. So what do I want here? A 1d20 what?
You want a 1d20. The higher the number, the more valuable the things he has. Okay, so he has some pretty high value items.
He's a high value man.
They're not like super legendary, but they're worth a significant amount of money. let's talk about the exotic nature of them. Give me another d20. If you roll a 1, okay, so they're like not super exotic. They could be like, you know, not gold plated, but like golden,
Exotic to us.
Yeah, like exotic to you guys. They're not gonna be like super out of the, but they are gonna be valuable. So like long swords with gilded hilts, or like daggers that contain poison, things that normally you wouldn't sell in the streets of a city, you know. Okay, let's do quantity as your next roll. Let's see how many of these. So he's got a pretty good amount, enough to arm 2 of your armies. Oh yeah, I would say 2 of your armies with 13. Lastly, let's see if he has anything super special. Roll me one more d20. He has one very rare item that he wants to bring in without paying the taxes on. I'm going to ask you for a couple more series of rolls. Give me just one. An actual table this time. Weird magic item. Roll me a 1d4. Okay, he has 2 of these. I'm gonna put him in the chat. And I didn't even read these. I'm just going to copy paste them in the chat. He has 1 potion of ghoulish strength. For an hour after drinking this, your strength score changes to 13 and your unarmed strike can paralyze a target. If the target is a creature other than an elf or undead, must succeed on DC 13 con save or be paralyzed for a minute. The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect. Yes. Last one is a filter of blave. Next time you see a creature within 10 minutes after drinking this golden filter, you become unable to say anything to that creature, which is not a deliberate or blatant lie. You also have advantage on saving throws against any spell or effect which would compel you to speak the truth.
If we're talking about war crimes, you clearly give that to a enemy combatant, right?
They...
To blave?
To blave?
As we all know, that means to bluff.
They have to lie. So he has 2 kind of weird potions that he can't really offload anywhere else. The rest of the items he brings in, he doesn't want to get taxed on these. Do you let him into the port for free?
So I would make the argument that if he was donating weapons to the war cause, to the war effort, then that would be subject to no tax. but I'd have to consult with my queen.
Oh! My timer has gone off, which means it is time for a 5-minute break. We got a small break during my, when my PC crashed. So we'll take 5 minutes. We'll get up, get a drink of water, stretch, and we will return talking about the war effort at 7:35. Sounds good, everybody?
Right.
All right, go take your break and enjoy.
I'm back.
All right, 5 minutes is up. Everybody back? Can I get a yeah?
I never left.
Never left. Yeah. Okay, everybody's here. C-Swab. Okay. Delta has come with a shipment of highly illegal. They're exotic and things you wouldn't normally find at a place like the Bizarre Bazaar. Here are some things that he has brought with him. He has numerous thick crossbow bolts that have armor-piercing heads. These are meant to kill guards and pierce plate mail. These are, like, extremely dangerous and really are meant to kill humanoids. Because truly, it's really only guards and knights that wear plate mail. These are specifically designed to go through. He has an assortment of traps. Things like bear traps, barbed tripwire that slices you walk through. But the bear traps and the hunting traps, these aren't modified these are modified. They're not meant to just clasp around the ankle. They're modified with the very express purpose to maim, as opposed to capture. He also has a series of short swords. These are designed to cause maximum bleeding, as they are serrated on the edges. The wounds that are created with them aren't just like a simple slice. It tears at the flesh. Eventually the opponent's bleed. Is a set of boots that have concealed boot blades in them, that have spring-loaded deployment. He also has a set of strange alloyed weapons that he claims are forged with some sort of coral from Coranthia. Now these hold an edge incredibly well. They're extremely sharp. They have a high chance to break. So they cause a lot of damage. They can unexpectedly break.
All of this sounds perfect for booby-trapping tunnels.
I would say he has a crate of each of these. Now, if he were caught trying to sell these in any typical city, he would probably spend a good amount of time in jail. These aren't meant for dueling purposes. These are meant to kill, maim, and torture the opponent. If you decide to let these into the city, do you bring it up with Rain? And do you force him to pay taxes?
I would bring it up to Rain, no matter what, but I would argue that the taxes should he choose to donate a chunk of these weapons for the war effort, that we could waive. I would bring up the fact that we could maybe waive the taxes that are being donated in support.
Okay, so now Delta gives zero shits about your war effort. He is not involved. He has no stake in Maginox. and he's really just there to make a profit. So he has zero interest in donating really anything to the city. You're going to have to give him a reason to. Because he's not going to do it for the kindness of his heart. And also, Rain, if Rain allows these types of weapons into the city, and they get into the wrong hands, it can cause a significant amount of harm and damage to the populace. These things are meant to kill guards, maim people permanently.
We're gonna have to have a conversation after this is all done about the definition of plausible deniability with C-Swab. You want to what, C-Swab?
Well, he does owe me a favor, so we can see about that.
His favor is coming to the city for you, essentially. He has stuff, but he's not going to give it to you for free.
How... So he wants duty-free to sell very dangerous, illegal products in the city, is the request?
Basically.
Uh-huh.
So he has some stuff that would be very helpful for us. He is requesting... Is it specifically he's requesting no tax, or is he requesting a lighter tax?
Oh, ideally he doesn't want to be taxed at all. But if you sell things like this in the city, it can lead to, say, the reformation of the Thieves Guild.
But, okay, so he wouldn't be selling it in the city. He'd be selling it directly to, like...
He would be selling it to whoever is going to give him gold.
Unless you buy him out entirely,
yes,
he's going to sell it to the rest of his stock to the city.
That is correct.
So how much is his entire stock? I think is probably the question you should be asking.
Do you haggle with it?
Well, I want to know how much entire. Well, how much? So it was a couple crates of stuff.
Yeah. He's got all of these, various items. I'm gonna say they're worth about 3,500 gold.
Yeah, I'll just buy them out.
Yeah, you'll buy them out?
Yeah.
There is another potential angle here, which is obviously we have very strong ties to law enforcement in Maginox, and he clearly needs us, I would argue, more than we need him in this situation.
Well, he's not necessarily interested in doing a lot of business in Maginox, it sounds like. It was just a favor to get him to even come here, is what Christina was saying.
Mm.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that, like, Maginox doesn't have a Thieves Guild, like, you got rid of that, like, he really wasn't gonna, like, come here anyway. C-Swab sent for him, and his favor was coming to see, like, what the fuck do you want? But now he has all this, like, very sketchy stuff on it, which could help your war effort, but could cause long-term problems in the city. And then in addition to that stuff, he has those 2 weird potions.
Yeah, my recommendation is you buy him out. Like, I don't want him selling any of this shit in the city. That's going to be problems later. But if you buy him out, and we use it all in this war effort, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. I'm just going to buy him out then. That's fine.
Okay. C-Swab, subtract 3,500 gold from your inventory.
This is the only person, I think, in the entire game that C-Swab did not brutally haggle with. He's just like, yeah, bet. Sticker price?
We go way back.
Canonically, he's your fucking homie now. You just paid that man sticker price for illegal goods.
This definitely has raised your overall reputation, the weapons smuggler. I'm going to send you a direct DM of what you have. But I'm also going to add it to your inventory. You can decide how you want to divvy it up. In addition to these 2 potions in chat. And I'm writing notes on the back end, so I don't...
Did that 3,500 gold also include those potions?
It did.
Damn, that's pretty good.
It was actually, yeah, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I mean, given the context, I think it's a really good deal. Like, I don't know otherwise what you would do with multiple crates of that, but...
Okay, so just quick, you sent me what I have, but I don't know an exact number of what I have.
We're gonna say you have at least multiple of everything. I will give you an exact number.
So you Glyph of Warding where Kozlo and Grabella are going to be, right?
I don't think we have any.
No, you guys, they don't.
No,
have
that was
any
where.
Oh, that was where
Glyphs?
Wayne Doodle is. That's where Wayne
That's
Doodle is.
where Wayne Doodle's at.
Sorry.
We
Okay.
just have explosives with Kobold and Nunchucks where Grabella and Kozlo are.
So
at the
then
moment.
I would definitely give the traps to Kozlo and Grabella.
Yeah.
I would give the
Whoa.
conceal.
Oh, sorry, I was gonna put them on the map, but they're way too big. They're just way too large.
Well, we figured out how to solve the war effort. We use Giga Grabella.
Kaiju Grabella.
Bro.
Wayne Doodle did this again. He
How
doesn't
do you
like
fit
it though. He
inside my bar?
promises.
My God.
So I would give the boot blades with the spring loaded deployment to. Oh my God. I just draw a blank on her name. I want to call her Talia, but that's not her name.
Volca?
To Volca or to the other ethereal, who I can't cover.
Oh, Lena?
No. What was it?
Lena Umbralis is the head of the Reborn and the Ghost contingent. Volca's the head of the guards.
Without telling me their name, what is their role in this?
Oh my God, I
Are
can't
you
remember.
thinking of the sister-in-law?
Yeah, you said I could either be at House Umbralis or I could be with the other person.
Oh,
And-
Catherine Ravensblood?
No.
No, the other ethereal.
Alara?
Yes, that's who I'm thinking of. I don't know if that's who he's thinking.
Well,
of.
okay, I'll put it out this way. You cannot equip items on Ghost. They can't wear them.
Oh.
So none of the ethereals can wear this stuff.
Okay. Well then.
I was thinking of the pretty purple lady,
Okay,
Oh,
so then we'll
Callie.
give-
That's Callie.
Callie. Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
was thinking.
So then the hunting traps to Kozlo and Grabella. Do we have anybody who? Oh, Volca can have the piercing bolts because Volca has a crossbow.
I mean, yeah, Volca has the whole guard that could stand to be equipped.
So then we'll give the bolts and the short swords to Volca,
Okay.
and then the concealable boot blades with spring-loaded deployment. What do those do again?
If you step on the heel hard enough, a blade shoots out the toe. So if you kick somebody in the nuts with a little dagger sticking out of it, this will.
I don't
want
want to think about the rest of that sentence. So I'm going to cut you off.
Meant to
Who else do
maim.
we have that can wear boots that would want to wear those? Is Grana with us?
Yes.
Grana's not with us.
Grana's
I
not
thought
with us.
She went back down.
Yeah,
to
she went
try
with
and evacuate what remains of the noble or the.
Okay.
Yeah,
royal
she's with
guard.
Basala, so she can't be equipped.
We could give those to like Jib and the former thieves.
Ooh, I
I
like.
don't know that they're super useful in this, but
Ooh, I could give the boot blades and the alloy blades and hold an edge to the rats.
Do the rats wear boots?
They can.
I was actually thinking of suggesting that some of the traps go to the rats.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do
I
that?
hope.
Do you want to take the the boot blades and the blades to the kobolds, and then I'll give the traps to the rats.
Do the kobolds wear boots?
They would be very big on
Boots with the
kobolds.
kobolds.
You ever heard of kitten mittens?
The
Bunch
boots.
of kobolds stomping around all loud, bothering you?
The boots are designed for a humanoid-like race. The kobolds might be a little small for them. Or the kobolds are small for the boots.
Alright, I'll tell you what. I'm going to hold on to the boot blades for a later time.
Okay.
And we'll just say that I have those as extra for myself.
Yeah, maybe you can resell those later when you.
Sure. So
yeah.
we'll give...
On the
give-
streets of Maginox, thereby undoing everything that's just happened.
No. Those are going to be... Well, I'll figure something out with those later. Clearly, me holding those on to those for a long time will not... But there's going to be a situation to come up where they'll be useful. The time will come.
Rain does make a mental note to make sure Volca includes proper de-escalation with her training for the city guard, since we're arming them with extremely lethal weapons.
Extremely lethal. Who do you
Okay,
give the
alright, so here we
serrated
go.
short swords to?
Okay, so I'm going to run it down. So the bolts will go to Volca.
Okay, got that.
The traps will go to the rats.
Okay, got that.
The short swords will go... I'm going to give... How many short swords do I have total?
I'm gonna say you have at least 15.
Okay. I'm going to give those to the kobolds, and for sure one to the vampire kobold, because it causes maximum bleeding, so at least he'll get a good feast out of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's-
okay. Okay, let's send Bronx
The
into a blood
synergy.
frenzy. I love it.
And then the experimental alloy blades, I'll give those to... Who do we have left? The Brass Army doesn't need them, right?
What do they
The Brass Army?
do? Yeah, the Brass Army's already equipped, I think, right?
Yeah.
Like, have
Yeah, they
weapons.
are. These are very sharp, but they break.
I mean, I could give those to the
Very
rats as well,
sharp,
I
but they
guess.
break.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of like a rat swinging the sword, it connecting, it hurts the person, and then it breaks, and the rat's just like, that's cool. I don't need it anymore, and then just doing rat things.
You could maybe give them to the Fae, because the Fae are technically protecting the Somniari. If you only have a
Okay.
handful of them, like I feel like there are Fae that would be effective with fragile but excruciatingly sharp weapons, like blades. That sounds maybe like a, I don't know.
Like
Sure, I'll
if
do that.
one of these weapons connects with the opponent and it breaks inside of them, it's going to cause like tiny shards of brittle metal to remain in the body.
Oh, then give them to the fucking kobolds. That's what like kobolds are all about, is like being like annoying, obnoxious little fuckers in tiny caves. Jesus. So they're made to break. They're not. It's not that they are fragile. They are made.
They're
to
experimental.
Yeah, they're like very sharp and will break in the body.
break. Yeah, that sounds like a kobold or a Rakan thing, 100% to me.
Mhm.
Then
Okay. Then I'll give one serrated short sword to, what's his name? His name's Bronx? Is that what
Bronx, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to give one to Bronx, because it's going to cause maximum bleeding, and I feel like I could also make it a deal as his, because he won't know about the other ones, so I'll be like, this sword is special just for you, Bronx.
What do you do with the other 14?
I give those to the Fae.
Okay, and 14 to the Fae. Okay. And then,
And then the alloy blades go to the kobolds, except for one short sword goes to Bronx.
Okay. Okay. And then you have all the boot blades.
Yeah, I'm gonna put those on the Audacities. Like I'll throw those like in my room on the Audacity or whatever.
hang on. Wait, I have an important question. How many boot blades do you have? Because doesn't the murder otter have multiple feet and including like a foot on its tail?
Oh my god.
God.
Ooh.
What?
DM?
This is a-
No, this is stupid. I immediately retract it.
No. This is stupid. I immediately support it.
C-Swap,
Yeah, I don't know why you thought that was gonna go away after you said it.
C-Swap, roll me 2d10. This is how many boot blades you have. You have 8 pairs.
Oh my god. I need a
I
judge ruling on how many feet the murder otter has then,
5.
including its tail.
5. But this is
Oh.
8 pairs, so it would be 16
But would we
boots.
want to give him all 5, or would we want to give him like one on the tail and then like his 2 back legs?
Look,
How
we're
would a
so
mortar
far
otter wear
beyond logic.
I guess it wouldn't even be 5; it would be 3, right? Because he's only got 2 feet and a tail.
It would use 5 of your 16 boots.
Well, like I said, do we want to put him on all 5 appendages, or do we want to say, hey, you can have your 2 normal front ones, and then you can wear 2 boots?
Okay, the
tail.
murder otter is so fat he can barely walk right now.
He is a fatty.
Okay.
That
He
a
is
fatty.
Do we have any other
around.
humanoid people who could wear these that we are forgetting?
Do we have an octopus?
Looks
Do
at
we have a
Wangdoodle.
pair of
Do you want to be
octopi?
another marine mammal or animal?
I haven't even had a chance to test drive the new body that I have.
Yeah.
No.
That's fair.
Okay. All right. Okay. For point of this, I'm going to say that the boot blades were sort of just like bonus of what I bought. So I'm just going to put those inside like my room in like my little storage container and like the Audacity that I don't have yet, but I'm going to make for that. I'm just going to throw them in there for now and be like, I'll figure something out with these later. Everything else will be distributed amongst the groups we just said.
Okay.
And then my potion to lie, and then potion to punch somebody in the face to make them paralyzed.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hold on to those, I guess.
All right. You've distributed a cache of highly illegal goods to your allies. This is a great idea.
I like
I feel so confident in it.
And it has only cost you 3,500 gold.
I do want to say, sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
Hmm?
I have a truth serum on me. We could definitely do the one guard lies, one guard always tells the truth to somebody.
Like just
Oh,
for
you
the
could.
memes?
Just for the memes.
Like what purpose does this serve?
Yeah.
Entertainment?
Okay, so for the memes.
For the memes.
For the name.
Listen, maybe we have a prisoner of war who really wants to leave, and we go, okay, you can play one guard lies, one guard tells the truth game, and figure it out. And then we just take 2 guards and give them one of each, and let them have at it.
Couldn't we just tell one of the guards to just always lie and one of them to always tell the truth, though?
That assumes that they can follow directions.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, Volca trained them, so like we're not talking about like Jib and Co.
You know what? Forget it then. I guess you just don't want to have fun.
You know what?
You can do whatever you want, Seaswap.
Roman emperors
do
didn't
what-
just make people fight in the arena for a reason. They did it for entertainment, okay?
Look, as long as you don't tell Rain, plausible deniability.
Yeah. Don't ask for
And
the
lie to
permission.
my-
my
thing you
and
do-
lie to my queen and get fucking killed? No thanks.
Well, then you're gonna have, a voice of reason.
All right, instead of being equipped with size, katanas, staves, and everything else, your kobolds are equipped with experimental alloy blades that hold an edge unnaturally well, but are brittle and break apart in the body. I
Roll
love
those
war
around in some
crimes.
shit. Give them tetanus.
Yeah, tetanus. All right. Well then, your armies are rather well equipped and feel confident going to this upcoming conflict. This will occur in 3 weeks' time. But now, there are some other things closer to home that you need to take care of. One being the problem of Narcissa soul. Let's return back to House Lunesti. One moment, please.
I'm gonna paint the bottom of a pair of boot blades red. Like, Narcissa, I got you a new pair of shoes.
Oh, Louboutins. You just paint the soles red and they're worth another $1,000. Love it. Great.
I'm not even gonna paint them red. I'm just gonna stomp around in all the blood the kobolds make.
God, that's so true. One moment. Right. Back in House Lunesti, the rest of the leaders of the Maginox court have left, leaving you with Lena Umbrellis, Alara Lunesti, and Eris. Now, it is time to broach a comfortable topic. One that these leaders were involved with a long, long time ago. Now for you and the Kamos crew, Grabella, Coslow, and Seaswab, you were once charged with retrieving the Obliteratus so you could smash Narcissa and destroy her once and for all. Oh, things have changed. Let's begin. Rain, the last we had left, was you saying that you wished to release Narcissa from the mirror.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I'll allow you
Approximately what
to
Rain
say
said.
it again or rephrase, however you like. We'll start from there. Lena gives you a questioning look. What did you want to broach with us, Rain?
I think what specifically happened was Grabella pulled the skull out all dramatically.
I did.
That was bedazzled in lipstick or whatever.
That's right. And they were all like, what the heck is that?
Oh yeah, they had no idea what this gem-covered skull with eyelashes on it was as you put it in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
It was
And
great.
then Rain said something to the effect of, I think it's time to talk about Narcissa.
Casually.
Okay. Let's restart this. All of the
Yeah,
eyes
like
of
more
the
cryptic, more dramatic,
Hmm.
more eyelash.
Slay. All of the eyes of the nobles are on the gem-covered skull in the center of the table. Their eyebrows furrowing in confusion. They have no idea what they're looking at. Even Eris looks between the skull and Rain back down at the skull, not really understanding what he is looking at and seen.
Wait, are you all telling me, like, Rain having never seen this skull before in her entire life until we got it from Azrael, is that not very recognizable to you? Like, that seems very recognizable to me. I've never seen anything like it. Surely you all know that that's Narcissa's skull, right? Isn't that just what it looks like?
Their reactions are all different.
How could you forget that that's what it looked like, if that was what it looked like?
Alara puts 3 fingers in front of her mouth, very delicately in shock. Eris, his head kind of tilts to the side a little bit in confusion. And you can see Lena's expression visibly darken, even though you can see through her body from heart.
She goes from happy cloud to stormy cloud.
You... Lena just trails off. What is that? Narcissa's skull? No, I don't recognize that. Why is it so garish?
I'm confused. Why is everybody hung up on the skull? It's like not the first time it's happened. What's going on? Rain looks to Grabella and Coslow and sees like, what's up with the skull? Why is it so weird?
Well, I don't think we ever thought the skull would be brought back, and, Azrael's been born on the planet of fire. They wanted to decorate it. I don't know. We don't question their decisions.
The important thing here is I don't remember.
You gotta remember, Kozlo and Seaswab are disciples of Azure. That's our patron. We would never speak ill against them.
That's fine. Rain is oblivious to the fact that the skull didn't just always look like this, so...
Why is it here? And why does it look like that? Is this some kind of joke?
Azrael did that.
See. Well, if your intention was to incense the trapped Lich, I would say you'd be quite successful. Not sure that's brought it here.
No, actually. I think it's time to talk about what's to be done with her.
Lena frowns. Any less than the freedom of the souls she keeps is unacceptable.
Well, that's the neat thing, because the last time we talked about that, Lena, we had already come to the conclusion that that's not really possible without her buy-in. That's kind of your own admission, isn't it?
It
We
is.
destroy her, she takes the souls with her. If we try to do anything else with her, she prevents the souls from passing on.
So what are you proposing? That we work with her? She cannot be trusted. She's already caused untold damage to Arctis.
Is there an alternative, besides just leaving her in there and condemning those souls to eternity along with her? I'm asking. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. But that seems to have been the conclusion of the people in this very room the last time we discussed it.
We do not know how to separate the souls that Narcissa holds from herself. We didn't know if they had become a part of her, had just merged into a single entity, or were simply vessels for her to utilize at her whims. Since none of us truly practice soulcraft, we did not know what to do with her. We knew what the goals were, but to contain her until we figured it out was the least we could do.
Well, I think there's two key bits of information we have learned since then. The first one that we've learned is Narcissa is not, in fact, a lich. Rain says under her breath, told everyone so. Not a lich.
Preposterous. Absolutely preposterous. She utilizes and steals souls for her own purpose. What else could she possibly be?
Apparently she is a Baelnorn. And the souls, as far as we can tell, were given freely to be in her safekeeping.
There are very confused glances. I do not know what a Baelnorn is. I just know what she has done in her unlife.
Well, roll really high on an Arcana check real quick and get back to us. Honestly. Would you like inspiration?
This is like, I'm a Baelnorn. Whatever she calls herself, her actions are true. That she utilizes and steals the souls of the living in order to further her own ends. What is that if not a lich?
All right, well, that's the first bit of information I think that's important here. The second is when we got back from the Ice Library, one of the things we saw there was actually quite a bit of Narcissa's own past. And how much her own memory and information was warped and altered by apparently not only Vanix, but apparently the Queen of the Illumi herself.
The
That thing we're dealing with currently.
The dead Illumi.
No, we literally just covered this in War Council, Lena. I do need you to keep up a little bit with the conversation. I don't mean that disrespectfully, but like, the Illumi are alive. Well, some of them, anyway. We're not sure how many, but they are actively helping the Magmaarans. They have means to usurp Tapio for their own uses. And they are very much not dead. Which was quite the shock to Narcissa herself. As
Papito was the name I
Narcissa...
was thinking of earlier.
Tapio. Oh, yeah, the tree. You could put some boot blades on the branches of the trees. Sorry, that's an aside.
And you are for certain that she is not lying. She is not merely telling you more falsehoods.
Ordinarily, I would say no. I would have no way of telling if she was authentic or not. However, we kind of encountered something, I would say, rather unique in our dealings with Narcissa to date. She suddenly was struck with a spontaneous case of lack of confidence and concern and worry that perhaps she does not possess all of the facts that she thought she did. And in fact, has asked for help. And Rain looks over to Alara.
Alara's been very quiet this entire time. Kind of rubbing her fingers on her.
At the concern that the memories of those she keeps in her charge, the souls, at her concern that their memories may not be intact or may have been tampered with or altered, she grew extremely concerned, and she has asked if we would be willing to help her verify that those memories are in fact intact, and if not, perhaps help her to reconstruct them as she sees it as her charge to keep those souls and their memories safe of her people. And that is where we said we would bring it to you. I feel like this is a possible inroad to turn what was certainly a very dangerous adversary into potentially an ally. If this was simply a negotiation for souls, no offense, Lena, I don't think I would be willing to bring this to us. I don't feel like that really breaks the stalemate, but the fact that she has had a moment of weakness in front of us, and she has a real need from us, that gives us something that we can barter with now. That's not simply, give us the souls. No, I'm not giving you the souls. Welp, shit. And perhaps, in so doing, we may be able to verify more of her nature as this so-called Baelnorn, and ascertain the true threat to the souls she possesses. And then we can make a more informed decision. But that kind of relies on us being able to do anything about her memory situation, and I think that relies mostly on you, Alara. I think that's quite beyond me, anyway.
Can be done. Verify her previous without being too particularly invasive. We would need her permission, of course.
I think we have that already implicitly. If you are willing.
He looks at Lena. Over at Eris and then back at Rain. I am certainly willing. Whatever leads us to the truth, and to find out more about these mysterious illusions.
She's also very keen on fucking up some Illumi, as it turns out, if it turns out that they did fuck with her memories. She is very unhappy with Nevala? Somebody help me. What is the name?
That is correct.
Queen Nevala? Okay. Very upset with her.
This queen tricked her into doing the Beowulf beat it both with whatever thingy.
Nailed it.
And then didn't actually send like everybody, so she's pretty pissed. She doesn't even want to be this thing anymore.
Well, or she wants to be the thing she thought she was supposed to be,
Yeah.
which is a warden of her people and their memories.
Any tampering that Vanix has done to one's mind is the duty of the Somniari to potentially reverse it, regardless of what has occurred. Lena does not look very happy at this. She doesn't seem to care what the truth might be. She seems to just understand that Narcissa's done some terrible things. And it's not just the capturing of the Frost Elf souls that she has in her charge. She has hurt other people in the process. Lena looks over at the group.
I get that she needs watching in a very, very short leash. We're not saying just let her go and no consequences, but she could be the information we need to win this thing.
Then are you willing to put your honor on the line and to be her warden? If she goes free and continues causing chaos across Arctis, I need not only your word, I need... She looks at each of you in turn. If you are unable to keep Narcissa Soulblind under control, if we decide to free her in order to find the truth, and she continues her destructive tendencies, then Maginox can no longer be a safe haven for any of you. Eris frowns at this. What are you saying? Yet if Rain cannot, and her allies, cannot hold to their word and keep Narcissa on a leash, then she abdicates the throne, and the rest are banned from Maginox.
It seems a little extreme.
You do not
Aside, you don't have to threaten Rain with a good time.
Yeah, also true.
Like,
you do not understand the power of Narcissa and what she has done. It is not only the Frost Elves in her charge.
Lena, my mother is in there. I'm very aware.
Then you should have no problem accepting these terms.
You realize that Maginox falls apart without the 5 people at this end of the table as well, correct?
I think you underestimate the current nobility of Maginox.
I do, because I've had to clean up their messes for years now.
We could leave Narcissa in the mirror and be perfectly fine.
No, we can't. If that was an option, we wouldn't be having the conversation right now. I'm sorry. I understand that you have your point in your hoity-toityness, but you don't seem to realize that the opposite here is if we don't have her help and we don't stop this invasion and the slow, Maginox is gone anyway. I don't know if that's clued in yet. Has it clued in yet?
Lena scowls. She is not normally used to being talked to. And if she
This
could
is about the 10th time you've been wrong in this conversation, and Lena, you have been invaluable to us in the past in guiding us and getting us to where we need to be. But you have to admit, we have come forth 100 times greater with what Maginox needs than you ever imagined we could, yes? Then perhaps your threats could be toned down a little bit, I realize that if Narcissa becomes a problem, it is a problem we will deal with. Instead of threatening to kick all of us out and dethrone the queen, who works her ass off,
There's more.
maybe there's a
at
happy
stake.
medium?
There's more at stake than just simply Maginox. You let Narcissa go, and she continues her soul farming across Arctis, could cause destruction for the entire continent.
I literally have the last thing that tried to kill Arctis as a footnote in a book.
Arctis literally gave me the ability to be a dragon.
I think what everyone is asking for from you, Lena, is your trust. Your continued trust that we have had for a long time now, and none of us have ever betrayed. I think now we are asking for your continued trust and grace in what we acknowledge represents perhaps an even bigger burden to you specifically, and a threat to you and yours specifically, a practitioner of soulcraft. But we have already dealt with threats to Arctis, numerous and many, and we continue to do so together. And while I personally have no qualms with your ultimatum, if that is what you truly wish, I don't think that it is particularly productive. For if we do let Narcissa go and she does run free and cause a ruckus and damage, who else but us would be responsible for putting her down anyway? That would be a burden we would all naturally take on regardless, whether there was an ultimatum or not. So I suppose what I'm asking for is your trust. That we will do what is the right thing when the time comes, as we have done and as we have proven time and time again. And if that is not sufficient, then I don't know what more that I can provide to you as queen or simply as Rain.
It is not you I trust. It is her.
And I'm not asking you to trust her.
Hell,
I
we
don't trust her. There we go. Thank you, Coslow. But we have a rare opportunity here where Alara could glean more of the truth of her nature. Maybe we could start building a path to at least mutual understanding with her. Maybe there is a path there forward for us. Because again, if we don't take this opportunity, we're just going to be in this impasse for another 100 years, 200 years, however long it takes her to finally figure out how to break free of the bonds you've put her in anyway. It just becomes the next generation's problem and the next generation's problem. This is an opportunity. That's how I would like everyone to look at it. One that we would not ordinarily get from her voluntarily, that she is offering. And perhaps that can make the difference. Perhaps not. And if it doesn't, Rain pulls out Narcissa's phylactery that she keeps on her person and sets it on the table. Then we still destroy her. That's always been an option, but it's one that you yourself don't relish.
No. And as you understand, those souls need to be returned to Arctis. For own health. For all of our health. My worry and concern is not one that I do not trust you all. I have to speak for these vulnerable people, Umbrallans, who are the most at risk from Narcissa's manipulation. My anger, my worry are a cacophony of souls screaming in my head. This is a terrible idea. I do trust you. People do not agree. They are scared. They do not know why they have been brought. They do not know why people like Narcissa prey on them so, seeing them only as power sources to manipulate. They're confused, emotional, angry.
Then perhaps, as part of our efforts here, Alara, if I could join you, I would like very much to learn more about Narcissa's true nature. What she actually does with souls, how she does it. Perhaps that can be gleaned from her memories as well.
Then you should all bear witness. Not just Rain, but as we join our minds as a collective, we can witness the truth of her past, one untainted by Vanix's cloud of misinformation. Now that Vanix is gone, we can possibly get the truth. The nightmares should no longer hold sway over her. In time, they should unravel by themselves. This is not time we have now. We can help untie these knots of lies. We must get truth at all costs. Narcissa's nature, truth behind the Illumi. I understand the Umbrellans are scared, vulnerable. Truth is more important. Her head. Then I do trust you all. Lena stands up. For the sake of Arctis, I hope you are all correct. Do what needs be done. And I am wrong. I shall help you remove Narcissa from her bonds. Laura nods.
Wagdoodle just looks at Ray and thinks, I mean, do we have a choice?
A choice to what?
I guess we have to agree with her. I mean, she's saying if we prove she's wrong, with, you know, the high probability of that happening, but, you know, then she'll be okay with us doing what we need to do in the first place? Did I catch that right? I don't know. I feel like I might have missed something.
I think she's agreeing with us, actually. I think that was sort of always the intention, is that we would... Well, if we want Narcissa's help anyway, we have to have her help her repair her memories. I think the only possible difference here is the order of operations. It's that we meet her where she is to repair her memories first, and then we discuss her freedom. I think that's fair. Didn't really love the idea of just freeing her willy-nilly anyway. If we're able to do that, Alara, with her imprisoned.
I believe so. It is Vanix that would have continued to manipulate, put a cloud over the truth. With him gone, we can pick at her mind.
Well, then I think that's just prudent anyway. Is there a place that makes the most sense to do this, Alara?
I would have once said the ritual site, Somniari. But since we are entering her domain, it is possible it could be done anywhere.
Well, anybody who doesn't want to be present, you should probably leave now. Or if you want to watch, you're welcome to. Grabella, could you help me?
Yeah, what? Sure.
Ray holds open her bag of holding. I assume that like our war council chambers are probably about the most secure place in House of Estes, so.
Yeah, they're pretty secure.
Yeah, okay.
Do you pull out the mirror?
Well, Grabella pulls out the mirror, because Rain can't.
Yeah, it's a big ass heavy mirror. You pull it out of the infinitely small bag.
Help!
Place it on the floor with a thunk. All of us working together. Our minds and our memories. We should be able to untangle what Vanix has done. Especially since you all have first-hand experience with the Nightmare Dragon. Let us go in, see the truth for ourselves.
Huzzah!
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'll be happy to be inside someone else's conscience besides my own for once.
Like, Doodle, I say this with love. I don't want to go back inside of you anytime soon.
Phrasing?
I said what I said.
Fishes around for one of his empathy flashcards. I accept and understand what you mean, and I respectfully return the feelings.
Right. Do you all re-enter the mirror?
Yeah, I do have one important question, though. How are we going to fit Coslow inside of Narcissa's head with that big old dome of his?
The dome too large.
Very carefully.
Is it safe for potentially expectant goblins?
I might be pregnant.
Oh, man.
As you step once more through the mirror, Narcissa opens her eyes this time. Immediately, eyebrow at the new party member join you. Lara, it's been quite some time. Narcissa.
Now Kiev. Just like
She opens-
Christina play with her dolls for a second.
She opens her eyes and it's just nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
Nightmare. She gestures party. So, have you all come to free me from this prison?
First, we come to wiggle our fingers around in your brain meat like we agreed to.
She steps towards you slowly.
First thing first, you know.
My mind is truly ravaged by Vanix, and I am eager to find out the truth. Go on then. I am not afraid. Do what needs be done.
So do we like stand around her and hold hands and hum kumbaya? Is that how this works?
Something like that. Narcissa, if you could be so kind as to make yourself comfortable and sit down. Seems hesitant, but she steps a little closer.
Narcissa, if you would be so kind as to take a seat on the couch, put your feet up. Just tell us how you're feeling right now.
Everyone stand around Narcissa at arm's length.
Her arms are mine.
Yours.
But we all have different length arms.
You must be able to touch her.
Narcissa, do we have your consent to touch you?
Do what needs be done.
I know the words implied consent. The tone, however, leaves me kind of questioning.
If it is necessary, then do it. Alara just places a hand on top of Narcissa's head.
I think it's as enthusiastic as Narcissa can get. She also has those like basic human empathy flashcards, Wangdoodle. She just never consults them. Like they got bought for her for Christmas one year, and she's like, "Oh, how delightful!"
Cards Against Humanity. What a delightful name.
Actually, Wangdoodle probably agrees with her on that one, Against Humanity bit.
Yeah.
Fucking Morris.
He's so useless.
Narcissa,
Yeah, where is that guy? I gotta judge him again.
Maybe we don't bring Morris into the ancient Beowulf's brain.
Yeah. Please no. I'm going to need you to close your eyes. Narcissa lets out just a grunt. She's normally used to replying with sarcasm, but she's now more curious as to her own thoughts are real or not. Alara extends her free hand to Rain. Take my hand and place one on Narcissa.
Okie dokie.
Everyone else, do the same. One hand on the person next to you, and one hand. So.
Oh,
She's cold to the touch, like ice. Almost sharp, even. Your fingers hurt just touching her skin. I hope this.
me too.
Sure, let's get this over with.
Narcissa, what are your last thoughts? Yalumi. I remember the dead climbing the walls, screaming, sounds. One moment, please.
So we had the Magic School Bus episode inside Wangdoodle. Now we're doing the Eternal Sunshine episode in Narcissa's brain. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, basically.
Great. Love this for us.
No way this goes wrong for us at all.
Is that Jim Carrey over there? Is he in a dramatic role?
Well, we
This
were in
is a
Narcissa's
nightmare.
brain. If we're in Narcissa's brain, you could eternal sunshine the spotless minded.
That's what I was saying. We had the Magic School Bus episode. Now we have the Eternal Sunshine episode.
You all let your minds trail off. Narcissa recounts final memories of his year. When you open your eyes, the glare of the sun that is shining off snow and ice almost temporarily blinds you as you are used to the darkness of Polaris. A beautiful landscape stretches before you, nestled between snow-capped mountains. Powerful and strong pine trees stand around a beautiful city made of ice. Exquisitely formed temples, churches, homes alike scatter around the landscape. A beautiful river passes under the grand elven city. The aurora borealis hangs in the sky, a constant reminder of Arctis' protection. There are no screeching undead, no hordes of bones and blood, flesh become anew. There's a sense of and beauty. You hear Narcissa's voice. She is not with you, like a disembodied voice hanging over your head. This is my home, Aelcrit. Spires of ice shone in the sun. Ooh, pure and still. I'm long ago. Sits. Narcissa seems to be gathering. She enjoys seeing the moment. Shortly afterwards, coming over the mountains, blowing through the trees, crashing the glass, climbing over the walls of the city. Why do I not see this now? Investigate more. Where do you all want to investigate? There are some houses, churches around, or looks like the city of Veilchrist is just ahead. Where do you wish to go in the dream? You can direct it here. You can hear Alara in the back of your mind, right? This should not be tainted with lies.
So what we're seeing is the
What
true memory?
is possibly what Vale Chris was. We can push in the future. That
Maybe
might...
we start with the city before we go into the future? I don't know. Anybody else feel differently?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, fine with me.
Where would Queen Never be? Let's go there. See what the fuck she's been up to.
Nirvana. I remember. Put her faith. Yeah. Her over the... What?
Oh my goodness. Such ostentatious taste. So gauche.
You stand inside a crystalline throne room. It looks made of icy glass. It is sparsely lit, and the lights from the aurora dance over the entire...
You know, it's a good thing the cold never bothered me anyway.
You see Narcissa standing before Nirvala. She sits on the throne. Narcissa, you understand that this is a dangerous undertaking. What you're about to do, Illumi, cause them to see you differently. Cause them to see you something to be feared. Narcissa merely shakes. I am not afraid. Our people came here long ago, sailed upon the star. Sometimes we merely don't understand the true nature we land on. Nirvala looks a little amused at this. And the truth, and the ability to become a big Norn, allow you to hold the memory of the Illumi in you forever. You will be forever chained. You will live longer than a normal. Your appearance will change with time. Your power will grow exponentially. You will become a warden of souls and allow for the Illumi to eternally live on. Now that we have come to understand the true nature of what we sit upon, it's important we do not become changed, tainted, or taken advantage of by a larger cosmic force. I agree. Narcissa shuffles her feet slightly. Then, to the city of Brass, to find what you seek. Narcissa turns and leaves the... Queen sits on the throne, watching Narcissa. small across her. He stands up and looks out the window, up at the Aurora Borealis. Quite some time. Cracks form in the eye. And in the window, Nervala does not seem. Stars begin to spin in the sky.
Huh. Is that supposed to happen?
Gonna go with no. Is that indicative that this is a false memory?
Thing has been altered here. Changed. Stars are spinning backward. The ice cracking deeper. Nervala moves back in front of the throne again. And Narcissa comes back into the room. But she's walking backward, like time is reversing. Narcissa once again stands in front of Nervala. But then she quickly falls to her knees. The scene shifts as you are watching. The pillars are almost entirely cracked now, and the room is filled with darkness. The castle is but a remnant of what it once was. Nervala goes up to Narcissa and grabs her roughly by the hair. She kneels in front of the throne. You foolish, stupid girl. He yanks Narcissa's hair. How dare you defy me? He grabs her chin and forces her to look her in the eyes. I do not care what you want. You will get me those souls, whether you like it or not. The ritual will proceed as planned. This is a command from your queen. You understand what's at stake, don't you? Don't you want your people to love you? To see you as a hero? You're sacrificing everything for them. Don't be afraid. Narcissa is openly weeping. I don't want to do this. You just need a little change of heart. The scene shifts again. The throne room is empty now, devoid of any furniture. The raised platform that the throne is now on now hosts a ritualistic circle. There are robed figures standing around, with the queen at their head. The queen holds a tome, one that is familiar to all of you, something that Narcissa procured from the city of brass. Finally, You have something useful after so many disappointments. Well then, Narcissa, it's time. Be a good little vessel. Down. Narcissa has a very blank expression on her face as she lies in the center of the ritual circle. The scene continues flickering from the robed figures being clad in dark blue, ominous robes, to them being clad in richly embroidered robes of ice. Beautiful crowns sitting upon their heads, and the room changing from cracked ice and broken windows to perfect, immaculate crystal pillars and the beautiful aurora borealis in the background. Between the memories that are breaking and shifting, in one you can hear screams, screeches coming from outside. Voices of elves screaming. An inhuman yowling. To one that is painted in a more positive light. One where there's silence in the background, and all you can hear is the sound of elves singing. The aurora borealis in the background, being beautiful. And untainted crystal pillars. Memories are so broken. Sorry, what did you say, Ray?
Sorry, I have a question. I didn't want to completely interrupt your flow.
Go ahead.
Are the figures in robes, are they elves in both permutations? Or do they look like something else under their hoods if we get up and look at them?
If you get up and look at them, they all look like, in the beautiful permutation, they're all elves. In the bad version, they are something wrong. Their cheeks are hollow, and their faces are covered in thick scale. Their eyes are black.
They're lizard people?
Their eyes are black. They have a humanoid form. But they
Do
look
they
more,
look like anything you've ever seen?
they look more like undead. Like,
Oh, shit.
they look like undead with draconic scales on their faces.
Oh, damn.
Uh-oh.
That's bad.
That's very bad.
Whoopsie-doodle. They're not mephits, are they?
No, definitely not Mephits.
You have a
Not like
conversation with
this.
our boys.
In the good
If they were
version,
Memphis, if they're Memphis, we'd be in a pretty good spot, actually.
Yeah, we can just negotiate with them right now.
in the good version of the stream, the queen is kind and understanding and comforting Narcissa. She places her in the ritual circle. In the bad version, the true version, the queen is demanding, cruel, and throws Narcissa ground inside the rituals. In both, she flips open the book. Very well, Narcissa. You shall become a vessel of souls, my... In the good version, she says, guardian, protector, warden, and shepherd. In the bad version, she says, harvester, a farmer, collector, or something so much greater. Narcissa looks up. I do what I must, or do me. In both, she is scared. But she knows she is making a sacrifice. In one, the queen cups her cheeks and whispers soothing words like, "It'll all be okay. You will be beloved by your people." That version grips her cheek, twists her head to the side. "You shall be my little. And when you are done reaping harvest, you will turn to me. And we shall give this what it deserves." She tilts up Narcissa's. Oh, so she looks inside. The world tree. See it. In the good version, she's just looking gently, lifts her chin gently. The world tree distance. You see it? Is the world tree, Lucy. The source, great power here on it. Do you remember the tale of Tessa Polcan? The Great Ice Library, I do. Once you have finished. In the good version, she says, protecting, preserving their memory for all. Bad version, bringing me in souls. We shall entwine the roots of the world trees together. All of them in perfect harmony. We shall control the magic across the plane. The Illumi will become the most powerful of all beings. All will bow to our strength and growth. She squeezes Narcissa's face tighter. And then she gestures to one of the robed figures. And they hand her two things. One, they hand her a small box. It fits in the palm of her hand. It's about about 6 inches on each side. Very intricate. On the other hand, he is handed a waved crystal dagger. There's just a couple things that need to be done first. We need a lot of power to entwine, to bring them to a central point here in Seer, where we have control over the magic across Arctis. For that, I need you. Taps Narcissa on the nose with her dagger. And you will start with the Illumi people. She gestures with her dagger kind of outside the city proper. Narcissa, shakes her head no, they're still alive. They're still living their lives. No, you are going to be saving them. And then, well, at least you think. And then you will go across Arctis and bring me more. Wherever you can. Narcissa shakes her head. I will not. Oh, don't worry. You are going to entirely want to do this. Narcissa is grabbed roughly by the robed figures. Narcissa begins to scream loudly. Don't be so obnoxious. You wanted this all along. You are going to preserve of the Illumi people inside you for all time. Well, until I find some better. Hold her down. Let's begin the ritual. She flips open the book. Narcissa writhes on the floor. She is held down by some of the cultists. The queen opens. Inside, there is a pearl about the size of a human fist. You have so many thoughts and feelings inside of you. Let's start by getting rid of it. The queen places a hand on the inside of her robes where her neck is and brings out a small necklace. And inside it, something shimmers. All of you, especially the ones that are adept in Arcana, recognize this immediately from your time in the Great Ice Library. It is a mote of spellplay. The one you saw, Frankier's memory. One you saw in that terrible necromantic explosion. Queen touches this pearl, and the pearl turns jet black. She walks up to Narcissa, writhes on the floor. She begins the ritual, turn her into a baby. And as she kneels down over Narcissa, puts the dagger in. She begins to saw. And with the sound of breaking ribs and bone being sawed apart, Narcissa is conscious, watches Queen as she removes her heart. Queen places the now blackened pearl inside Narcissus. Begins to kind of half-heartedly throw the bones and ribs that she has sawed apart back into place. And then with a finger, she traces the jagged marks that she left in Narcissa. And they begin to heal up as she chants and reads the book. And when she's done, it just gives Narcissa's chest a little pat. There. Now you don't need all of that worry and emotion now. You just needed a change of heart. Now with this, no one will trust you. Won't even trust you. Your thoughts and your memories, they will change. And your ideal, and your crusade, well, you won't even know the truth from a lie. She takes Narcissa's heart and she cuts it up into multiple pieces and freezes them in her hand. She creates Narcissa's phylactery. The same phylactery that, Rain, you have in your possession. Frozen shards, frozen pieces. Narcissa's heart broken into chunks. Crystallized for all eternity. Narcissa is now unconscious as the pearl replaces heart. The queen looks up as she hears the screeching of undead. But there are much less sounds of the elves screaming. Narcissa is gone from the memory. The queen just sits on the throne.
Well, that's fucked up. What a bitch.
Oh, good. You know, we just went 3 weeks without Eldritch Horror, so I'm so glad we're back on schedule.
The last thing you see, Narcissa's memory. There are no more cultists. Just the queen sitting on the throne. She smiles. Narcissa. Her teeth sharp. Points. Like her eyes. Blue slits. Scales forming over.
This is the queen's face?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Thick blue conic. The tail thrashes on the floor.
What?
That's our Abishai.
The last thing that you hear in Narcissa's memory, laughter of the Abishai. She sends her little harvester out to reap the souls she needs in order to take over the roots of the world.
Man, aren't you guys glad we didn't fuck off to the plane of water looking for this chick?
Mm-hmm.
What a disaster that could have been.
Yay.
Yay.
Listen, I know you don't want to go the route of just launching the Valbreaker straight into the core and just kind of hitting the reset button on everything, but at least admit it's an option.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? what do you mean? Because if you find her out there with the ship, you launch it straight into her fucking chest.
The dream becomes even too much for Narcissa to do. You are all thrown out of it as Narcissa just lets out a cry of pure rage. Even the mirror realm that you're in begins to quake. And you see the big statue, the ice statue of Narcissa in the background, just crack in half. Split right down the middle of her head. In the middle part. When she stops screaming, her voice is hoarse. She claws at her chest, panting. She says, I killed them. I killed them all. It wasn't the undead. There were no undead. They weren't screaming over the walls. They were screaming because of me. I went through the city. I took them all. Every last man, woman, and child. I didn't know. I didn't know.
He's just gonna go in and give her a hug.
You feel kind of that sense of unease now that you get around Narcissa, just from the tainted heart pearl inside her that makes everything around her just distrust her. She's just like radiating malice. Even though she understands what she has done has been tainted by others, she just radiates this emotional aura that is, you just feel very negative around her, and of course her attitude doesn't help. But ooh, she is just shaking.
Rain's gonna like try to push through and just like hold her by the shoulders, and yeah, I think we got an ally though, guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Corbella would also be like touching her shoulder or something she could reach.
Even Alara kind of goes in for a hug.
Our friendship, y'all.
Wangdoodle gets a chair, sets it down facing away from Narcissa, and then sits on it backwards so he's looking at her. So, you committed your first genocide and you're trying to figure out how to feel about it.
Wangdoodle, you might want to keep drawing from the deck on that one. Try a different card. Different card.
Different card.
I want to draw from the deck of what are the deck of cards we have that are super cursed?
They're all
Not
super
cursed,
cursed.
just super random.
Wangdoodle reaches for a card, gets a fortune cookie instead.
Well, turns out Queen of the Illumi, not what she seems, and has sent Alara on a crusade, not to become a Baelnorn to protect her people. Become a elven version of a Lich, something that can store souls inside of herself. That the Queen can utilize later. Or should I say, Abishai. Seems like her goal is clear. She wants to entwine roots of the world trees in order to create a central nexus of power. But is it just magic to control? That is doubtful. She can corrupt Narcissa like this. He gets her hands on all of the world trees. Well, we'll just leave that thought for next session. That is where we will end. Narcissa has been sent on a crusade to protect her people. Or to become a nice little harvester of souls. Or a higher power. Seems like has been, well, manipulated, tormented, and lied to by both the Blue Abishai and Vanix. It's entire. Her crusade
It's
is
casual
meaningless.
escalation.
Yeah.
Like, that poor Black Abishai looks like a real chump now. Like, I don't know, just using people to, harvest some fucking soul iron. No big deal. This other one's like, I'm harvesting all the souls.
Seems like, well, you guys did put a stop to Narcissa trying to, harvest all of Arctis.
No, technically Alara did that. Alara and Lena, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good job. They did good. They still did good. Lena wasn't wrong.
Lena wasn't wrong.
I have
Yeah.
to go. I had a good session. Good night, everybody.
All right.
No.
Have a good night. Sorry, we did go a little bit over. Apologies. For now, that is the end of the session. You can discuss as you wish on Discord. But we will continue next Monday. Sound good, everybody?
All right.
All right. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the sesh, and I will see you next week.
Right, y'all.
Night,
Night.
everybody.
Later.
Bye.
Right.
All right, that is it for Arctis today. Whoa. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. For now, catch up on our VODs over at Arctis DD on YouTube. Full 3-hour sessions there. You can sit back, watch, listen, do whatever you like. If you want just bite-sized parts of our content, you could check us out over on Play Arctis on Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And I'm your DM's Arena. Hey. Well, figured out a lot today. A lot of terrible things have happened. They know where the Heart Pearl is now, but it has forever been changed. And they know where the Blue Abishai is now, but they also have a problem in that. I can't wait for the next couple sessions. Check us out next Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm your DM's Arena. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for chilling in chat. Hope to see you next time.